Thank you, Sushobhan, for this wonderful opportunity where you have given it a new paradigm shift for the people who are working from home. It will be a new idea, new knowledge sharing, where people will think from the broader perspective that how work from home can made more productive. I do not know how many people really have heard about SOTI earlier. I'm assuming that it's the first time you guys are hearing about SOTI. Sushobhan, let me know if you're able to see my screen in full.
Yeah, it is fine.
Great. So I'll just tell you the flow. So I'll be covering the presentation in 10 to 12 minutes broadly. I will hand over it to Suman, who is from pre-sales and responsible for all the major presentations around India. He will show you the live demo of the product. Around seven products are there. Out of that, three major products will be shown today. It should take around 1 hour, 15 to 20 minutes, followed by Q&A. So that will be the whole flow, and we'll try to finish demo and presentation by 5:35, 5:40 to max. That's the whole agenda of this particular session. So just a minute, let me minimize my screen. Okay. So as I said, SOTI is a one platform. If you see my mouse, we have SOTI One in central. Then we have got multiple product line around that. So we talk about SOTI One platform, which talks about connecting everything. In these days, you all are aware that mobility has been a new phenomena. When I say mobility, I really don't mean a mobile device. I mean any endpoint which is connected. It can be a laptop, it can be a tablet, it can be a mobile phone, it can be a healthcare device, it can be a watch, it can be a glass, it can be a TV, it can be a kiosk, it can be a VR set. So anything which has got an operating system and which is connected, our intention is to support and manage that. SOTI is a Canadian organization, and India is the headquarters in Gurgaon. Uh, this is our also software development and R&D office. It's spread in 50,000 square feet, and around 230 people currently are working in the organization. When I say 230 people, it also means that sales, pre-sales, development, QA, support. So India is 24 by 7 facility. So we support customer across globe in 24 by 7 time frame. SOTI is 100% privately owned organization, and it talks about that there have been 98 quarters when we have been positive. We have 17,000 plus customer globally in 176 countries. Our average growth rate is 40%, but this year, because of Corona, this might shrink a bit. And our 93% revenue comes from export. It means we sell the products across. What really we do? We manage different platforms from a single console. So now if you see this screen, it talks about managing Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, and Tizen. So these are the broader perspective, broader operating system which SOTI supports. We work with a lot of hardware vendors to work with their APIs so that we can manage their devices very well. A lot of brands, you can see which you might not be knowing because they are a global brand, but you might be knowing a lot of brands like Samsung, LG, Lenovo, Sika, Honeywell, Panasonic, Sharp, Acer, HTC, ZTE, Huawei, Casio, Kyocera. So we basically work with them very, very closely. We work with their device APIs, integrate with SOTI so that we are able to present it in better way. Few of the global customers which SOTI has, and it will probably give you a perspective that we support most of the verticals. Now I will like to focus a bit on Indian customers. Probably it will give you a more personalized input, and I would like to take a pause here because I will open it for the some Q&A, because you might be interested to know why Mankind is using SOTI, or why Rivigo is using SOTI, why SpiceJet is using SOTI. or for that matter, why MG Motor or Maruti will be using SOTI. So Shobhan, you might unmute, and in case anyone is interested to know what we have done with these particular customers, I will be more than happy to share their case study, that how SOTI is able to support them, manage their devices, and what value add we are bringing on the table.
Okay. Any one of you, you can say, are you able to hear us? Because someone saying she is not able to hear us. Shudipto, are you able to hear me? Oh, he's saying he's the. Okay. Any one of you have
Yeah,
any queries, as Vivek has asked, about SOTI or their customers? What can be the specific use case and all? Yeah. Tell me. Your voice is not that audible. You can use the chat window to shoot your query. I can translate it back to Vivek. If you, meanwhile, anyone else having any specific queries? Yeah, Vivek, the query is how SOTI can help any manufacturing organization.
great. So I will
And
first
also,
answer this particular
now
thing.
one
Yeah.
more thing, Vivek. And they are saying your voice is little bit on and off, little bit of cracks also in the voice. If you can check if your microphone is properly connected or not.
Yeah, I'm connected on my Wi-Fi along with my headphone. Oh, sorry, earphone. Is it
Okay.
better now?
The voice is better. They are saying little on and off. Sometimes some cracking, voice is cracking.
Okay, okay, okay. I got it. So, in case anyone is not able to hear at any point in time, please quickly send a chat message. I will check
Yeah.
the window. Now, I will. I think there are three questions. One is Rivigo, other is manufacturing, and I think one more question was there regarding. Hold on, Rivigo, manufacturing. Okay, so I will first answer about Rivigo. I will then talk about future group. I will talk about manufacturing companies. So Rivigo is a logistic company. We really work very closely with a lot of logistic company like Blue Dart, Aramax, Rivigo, Agarwal Packer Movers. What happens basically? There are different trucks which Rivigo has. You might be aware that it's a e-logistic company. There are 2,200 trucks, which actually takes the material, goes back to the last mile and deliver SLA-based services. They use different kind of barcode devices like Zebra, A Mobile, Chainway. Also, they use different kind of tablets and mobile phone like Samsung, Motorola, and different kind of brands on Android. The idea was that how effectively we can support the last mile because the people do not come to office. So one of the very robust and very important point which Soti has is a very powerful
Uh,
remote control on Android
Vivek,
devices.
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt. I think you should talk little away from the mic. It is disturbing. People are saying voice is little distorting.
is it better now?
I think it is better.
Okay, great. Put my mic far now. So tablets, mobile phone, and barcode devices are
No, no,
very
no, no. Hold on,
their
hold on. There
warehouse.
is something. Voice is still disturbing. Uh, if you can reorient something, voice is still disturbing.
I'm on a very I'm very near to my Wi-Fi. I have got a
Now it's far better. What you have done, so continue with this.
I have not done anything actually.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
fair
So
enough.
anyway,
Let's go ahead.
okay, no problem. So Rivigo has got multiple people carrying multiple devices like barcode devices of different brands, different mobile devices with truck drivers, different barcode devices in the warehouse where barcoding is happening. Idea was how fast we can support them in terms of application, device, and content. Let's take an example. A truck is going into, no, let's say Guwahati, and there is an application because in Rivigo everything happens on application. So their application keeps updating very frequently. Apart from that, just imagine the truck driver is a just a worker. He is not a knowledge worker. If he is having a problem in the application, what he will do while he is on the move to Guwahati? So that way, SOTI has a very powerful remote control. The way you do on Windows, SOTI does the same thing for Android devices. We take the remote control of that particular truck driver and we can actually solve the problem in real time and increase the productivity. Plus, whenever there is an application upgrade, one of the key challenge which any customer is having, how smoothly you can upgrade the application or deploy new application without user intervention. SOTI does it beautifully, and we are going to show you this over the no demo once someone will be taking over for demo. Coming back to manufacturing industry, in manufacturing industry, you will see there are huge quantity of barcode devices. It can be Zebra, Honeywell, Panasonic, A-Mobile, Chainway. There are different hundreds of brands of barcode device. And one of the challenge customer has that the warehouses are normally into the remote areas. Issue comes in, how are we going to support them? Same goes with retail organization because they're spread across India. So I think I have given you the broader perspective. Once you will see real demo, I think your question will be much higher, and I will be more than happy to really answer that. Is it better sound now, Sushovan? Am I audible very clearly now?
Far better.
Great. So just to give you a larger perspective, these are some of our very vertical focused customer. On the left side, you can see my verticals. When I say vertical, it means these are my very strong verticals where product like SOTI really adds a lot of value. The customer like Varun Beverages, which is a PepsiCo group company, a bottler for PepsiCo. India Payment Postal Bank, which is using my highest number of licenses. 200,000 license of SOTI are managed in India Payment Bank. Lalit Hotel, IMRB, which is a survey organization. At this moment, when there is a COVID, they are doing 6 projects with some government companies and collecting a lot of data from market. Future Group, Maruti, MG Motor, Mankind, Avis, Racket Bankizer, the product from them, Dettol, Harpic, Rivigo, Cholamandalam. Now I will talk about where really we fit in. So there is a mobile device which can be a company owned or it can be the person owned device. Then there is a carrier like Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, Geo, and then there are apps. This is a three combination where we really come in picture. This is where we come in picture. We really talk about configuring the device, distribute the apps as per business need. So let's say in organization there are 1,000 people, there are sales guys, there are product guys, there are finance guys. They all have different application and business needs. SOTI can distribute the apps on the fly as per the business need. Manage content. You want to manage the content. Which content you would like to allow them on their mobile device so that data is secure. Enforce security. You want data should not be going out via attaching a USB device or via Bluetooth. SOTI can ensure that through our products. Remote support. How effective you can really support your last mile. Do you really want to track them? Like I'll take you example of IFCO. IFCO is the Indian fertilizer organization. One of the challenge they were facing, the devices given to their sales people, they were actually not going in field but claiming for the conveyance. It was a direct revenue loss, and they were really not having any mechanism where they can know where this person has traveled. Has he really traveled? Where is he right now? That's where SOTI helped them to save huge cost on the conveyance and then set up email, which is a very basic thing. And this is how MDM industry uh, really turned up. So earlier we were knowing MDM, then we talked about EMM, which is Enterprise Mobility Management, which talks about device and application and content. Then it came about UEM, Unified Endpoint Management, where we talk about managing the last mile with different operating system. No, at this moment, especially in this COVID kind of scenario, I am getting a lot of queries from customers where they are doubling on mobility. Please go back to again. Mobility doesn't mean mobile devices. It means last mile operating system, which can be laptop, desktop as well. It can be a Linux machine. It can be a Mac OS. So people want to differentiate the business. Just to give you idea, when Maruti deployed SOTI 3 years back, there were none of the automobile company having iPad concept and an MDM concept where they were managing device, application, and content. Once Maruti did it, MG Motor came in and they said we also want to do that. So Maruti differentiated the business and they took the lead. They streamlined their operation. Just to give you idea how. So when True Value, so True Value was the first organization in Maruti or business group who bought SOTI. They said people are supposed to go to field and inspect the car, the second hand car. Sorry. Same like IFCO, they were really not having any idea if the people are really, or the sales people are really going to the customer or not. So we had geofencing option where whenever they were moving out of geofence, there was an alert which was created. Then boosting the customer experience. So just imagine you are going to buy or exploring a car, let's say at Nexa. What will happen if you go there and there is no one to attend you and the person is busy on the YouTube or on a browser? So SOTI blocked all the application which are non-relevant at the when they are in the showroom. So boosting the whole customer experience, beat the competition. Like Maruti did it, MG Motors followed it. Now, as soon as any organization think of mobility, two challenges they always have in mind. Whatever solution I am going to do, is it going to be secured? What kind of cost it will incur? Is it going to make my life easier or is it going to be more complex? What kind of downtime I have to afford? So these are the some key questions which any IT or a business person will have in mind before talking about deployment or thinking of mobility. That's where we really answer them. Complete life cycle management of mobility. Starting from buying a device and putting the SOTI agent till it retires, we take care of the complete life cycle, starting from identity and access management, starting from device and data security, app management, content management, email support, remote support. How do we really monitor them? What kind of data are we collecting from the device and their application? And then device is retired. Few of the case study of India, Maruti, Cholamandalam, India Post, Racket Bank Kaiser, American Airlines is a global customer for SOTI, which is using more than 100,000 licenses. Rivigo, Mankind, MG Motor, FedEx. Peninsula is a luxury hotel in Singapore. I will not quickly talk about what are the 6 or 7 components around mobility which SOTI delivers. So SOTI One is a comprehensive or it's a single platform which solves the problem of different isolated products. Like you will have MDM, you will have a separate mobile help desk. How are you going to create the application? What kind of data you are collecting? After you are collecting so much of data, what kind of information you are getting as an organization? How do you support the IoT devices? Is there a forum where you can share your content, where you can share your problems? SOTI answers it all via SOTI One. I will quickly now take another 3 minutes to talk about 6 different products in a bit detail and then hand over to Suman so that you can see the live product. Quick advantage about SOTI One that we manage and secure the endpoint. You can build your own apps without having coding knowledge. You streamline your business critical workflows and processes. Eliminate the mobile downtime. Different platform with SOTI supports, starting from laptop PC, smartphone, tablet, single-use devices, rugged device, kiosk, point of sale, signage, AR heads. OS around Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Link OS, Windows, and Kaizen. SOTI Mobi Control is our robust and one of the known product globally for which SOTI is globally known for. It's a very powerful MDM product or an enterprise mobility management product where we talk about supporting different operating system in terms of application, device, and content. Followed by the product called SOTI Assist. It is industry first help desk and diagnostic tool. Take an example. You have deployed MDM for 1,000 people. One of the person is facing problem in the field. How are you really going to solve his problem? Where are you going to manage his SLA? If you tomorrow ask this guy, what you have done in my device, I want a video. Can you do that? That's where SOTI Assist answers that. It is a help desk and diagnostic tool. So let's say you have deployed a device, you have bought a device, you have built an application, you have deployed MDM, you have bought a SOTI Assist for help desk. Now you want to increase the productivity of people and you want to build more and more apps. SOTI really helps you in building the apps without having coding knowledge and your dependency on app vendor when it comes to workflow based apps. Like there is a microfinance company in Calcutta, just taking example. They say my primary job is to to do the KYC. I also want to do lead management. I also want to do canvas management. There are different processes in the organization which they want to automate. So rather than going to back to the application vendor, SOTI gives you flexibility, create your own apps on the fly without having coding knowledge. We will be showing you this particular demo today as well. Then, as I said, SOTI Insight is our BI tool. So you are collecting so much of data from MDM. You are doing a content management, application management. But what kind of information you are going to get as an organization? SOTI Insight helps you in getting the in depth about organization. SOTI Connect is a commercial IoT support platform where we talk about commercial printer support. It is precisely right now focused on retail, manufacturing, and e-commerce organization. SOTI Central is a collaboration tool where you can collaborate. When I say collaborate, it means SOTI's customer, SOTI distributor, SOTI partner, SOTI's own people will be on a same platform and you can publish your queries. Someone from the SOTI or the partner community will be answering you that. So these are some 6 to 7 product line around SOTI. I will now hand over it to Suman, who will take you to the real-time demo of Mobi Control, which is MDM, SOTI Assist, which is our help-based diagnostic tool, followed by SOTI Snap, how you can build your apps on the fly without having coding knowledge on Android and iOS. Over to Suman. Suman?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Suman Chakravorty. I'm one of the pre-sales consultant working with SOTI for the last 4 years. Just to give you a small introduction about myself, born and brought up in Kolkata, and my education, and I was in Delhi for like 14 years. Now I have moved to Pune. It's been like a year and a half. I'm in Pune and taking care of SOTI's business for West as well as Sri Lanka as a country I'll takes care of. All right, thank you so much, Shushabon, for this opportunity to interact with your valuable partners and give us this opportunity to showcase the product, what exactly we are offering for SOTI ONE platform. If you can please help me just make as presenter so that I can share my screen.
Yeah, sure. Sure, just a second.
Yeah, I believe my audio, I'm audible, crystal clear,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Just a second. Yeah, you are now presenter. You can now share your.
All right, let me just share my screen. Okay. Okay, is it visible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Vivek, for this wonderful introduction about our product, what exactly we are offering. So before I'll start the demo, I'll just take you back to the image, as Vivek has mentioned, the component and the product portfolio which we are offering. And as he mentioned that many of you obviously interacting with the customers with different set of enterprise level of components you must be selling to your customers, and they might be asking you for, we are looking for an MDM solution, right? That is the common terminology or the common technical jargon which majority of the customers are using. I'm looking for an MDM solution, or maybe some of them which they are aware about the technology, they might use this terminology called EMM, which we call it as enterprise mobility management. So just for your insight, that MDM is technology for today's era. We call it as a legacy one. We don't use this terminology very frequently. So now we have been far away, moved to a technology called UEM, that is Unified Endpoint Management, which consists of major four pillars of the mobility, which consist of four pillars like device management, which is mobile device management, mobile application management, mobile content management, and mobile email management. So basically, these are the four pillars where across globally, whatever the enterprise customers they are trying or they are planning to introduce as a mobility portfolio into the organization, apart from these four section of mobility, there is nothing. I'll just make it plain and simple for you guys to understand the logic, understand the base jargons which are getting used. It can be a device management, just to repeat it, it can be a device management. Customer might asking for an application management, might asking for an email management, or might ask for a content management, right? And now when we say mobile device management, it will consist of all these things. All right, cool. Now I will just take you through. So if you see a purple color icon on the SOTI ONE platform, from the fourth icon from the top, which says SOTI identity. So why I'm telling you about specific about the SOTI identity? So the whole product suite has been launched officially in the year 2019 November, which all these component has been officially available for the customers, right? So SOTI identity is basically our, you can call it as a single sign-on component for all the applications which you can see on my dashboard. So the end customer will initially get a login credential for his organization. It's a dedicated tenant we will be providing to them. From there, they can log in and access these all other components which you can see, like Mobi Control, Assist, Insight, Connect, SOTI Central, and SOTI Snap. Now it depend on the organizations, like what exactly they have opted for and which component they have procured the license from SOTI, and depending on that, the access will be given to that customer. So I will take you through a small round of demo how it will look like. So this will be the initial screen where the customer will, the customer's admin will get. So this is an identity dedicated tenant for every customer. This is hosted on our two major cloud platforms, which are on Amazon Web Services as well as Microsoft Azure. Depending on the location, these cloud services have been hosted. So now I'm just login to my SOTI ONE platform gateway to access my mobility components. So all this information will be given to the customer as soon as they opted for. All right, just give me one. Sorry. Just give me one moment. All right. So I just logged into my SOTI ONE console. And the moment I log in, let's suppose I'm an end customer and I opted for the complete suite of SOTI ONE platform for my business. This is the first look my the admin will have an access to. You can see all the components which just Vivek explained about the components of SOTI ONE, SOTI Assist, SOTI Central, SOTI Insight, Mobi Control, Snap, and Connect. So this is basically a kind of a single sign-on which we usually use it in our organizations like One Login or maybe Okta, these kind of services. So currently, it is not like a full-fledged SSO, which if I compare with One Login or Okta, in our roadmap, maybe down the line 6 months or maybe in a year, we will be having a full-fledged single sign-on application will be get ready for the business, where customer can integrate their third-party application with this component of SOTI identity. So currently, if I talk about the commercial things on this component, it's giving us a free component to all our customers. All right, now the first component where when you just launch any application, it will not ask you for any kind of login credential, or maybe admins will messed up with their credentials, username and password. They have to contact IT boss. The password has been locked, or maybe you have to reset the password. So you just click on the components where exactly you want to get in. All the application will be automatically authenticated by the SAML protocol, which we use it for this application or this component, and the end admin can access to their applications. So I'll straight away take your attention to our main uh, command center. You call it as a network operation center or a war room, whatever jargon you want to use it for an administrator. Let's suppose if anybody is from the network background, they might be handling NOC. So you see a NOC environment, like multiple monitors are there on the dashboard. There, frequent alerts are coming in. What's going on into the network? What kind of alerts? So same kind of thing we have tried to replicate through this command center or this component of our product, which is our main flagship product of our SOTI ONE platform. And this is how we have started 25 years back in Canada with just rugged devices with Windows CE devices. We have started our journey with. Now we have in 2020 we are potentially we are handling the device where operating system with Android, with iOS, with Linux, and your any IoT devices. So just to give you a small insight, that the solution which we are offering, the devices which is having an operating system. So operating system can be a Windows, can be an Android, can be an iOS or maybe Apple, that's the one, can be Linux. So these are the major four operating system where every enterprise organization is doing their business. So we have the full capability to manage all these operating system depending on the use case. We manage those devices depending on the user's requirement. All right. Now this dashboard, you can see it's been split into three major components of the console, where you can see on the left hand side of the console, it's basically a organizational hierarchy or a group structure, where basically you might have 10,000 devices across pan India or maybe across globally it is present, and you want that every country or maybe every state, you want separate departments, different departments, and you want different policies to be deployed on those different groups. This hierarchy, this group structure will help that organization to categorize their business requirement depending on their use case. Now, if we are going to the top chart, where you can see a colorful chart, and there is a circular chart, you can see it, where all the important information about the devices, information about the models, the operating system versions, On top of that, we do have an antivirus mechanism which is inbuilt with our product, where the devices will be safe and secure, scanning the application and the devices, and quarantine all the phishing activity whatever is happening on the Android, or the devices which we are enrolling into the solution. Now you can also customize these chart depending on your use cases. So there are multiple charts can be added. Now if I go to the third section, where exactly you can see all types of devices, from Windows, from Android, you can see iPad, you can see Linux machine. So all the device ecosystem, you can see it on the dashboard. Now, the unique functionality or an advanced search functionality which we are offering to our administrator, where let's suppose Shushobon is one of the IT admin working with an organization, and he have been asked to monitor all the devices wherever my devices have been deployed. Now, Chief Technical Officer asks Shushobon, can you please help me to understand how many devices are currently online, wherever devices are my connected? Can you please show me on this dashboard? So this solution or this Mobi control can give you an advanced search criteria just with a small command. I can put it here, a criteria where I can filter. Okay, so out of like 50 devices or maybe 10,000 devices, I can see there are like 5 devices boss is currently connected and it is online. So when I say online, so you see a blue icon on the devices, it shows the devices are online. And if I change the value to false, so it will cater the devices which are offline. So black status is means it's offline, or which are maybe not connected to the internet, or maybe powered up, can be any reason. So there are search criteria, there are certain elements on these search criteria we have given to find out, or to filter out the information, or fetching the necessary report from a console level, and I can put it across to my management level that this is the device ecosystem currently and how this is behaving right now. All right. Now I'll just put it across to a wonderful scenario, so that it will be a very. I just don't want to be a monotonic session for you guys. Theory, or just showcasing all these things. I'll just create a story. Just think of a practical situation. Let's suppose I'll take Sushoban. Sushoban sits out in Kolkata, and I am basically an administrator, sits in Mumbai. So yesterday night, maybe yesterday, we have a very business critical application we our development team has created, and they have asked to deploy that application through this console to the devices. Okay, now all the applications have been deployed by night, and I can see the report where every device has got the updated application on the device. Now since morning, I will start. I am an IT admin, sits out in Mumbai, and I'm getting back to back calls from all the end users. Hey Suman, it seems that my application is crashing, my application is failing to launch, I don't know what's going on. So they are not that much technical, they are just allowed to use an application. The devices have been given by the company, which is to into a a protective, or a lock, or a kiosk kind of environment have been given to the device, where he can only allow to launch and close the application. Rest everything as secured and policy have been implemented on those devices. Now he don't have a choice to, he have to call the admin. So he called in and he says, boss, my application is not working. So I will take you through how exactly, with the help of our SOTI assessed help desk diagnostics tool, how I can quickly troubleshoot the device and quickly fetch all the information which a business is impacting right now. And maybe, out of 10,000 devices, maybe I have got 1,000 calls since morning where their application is not behaving normally. I will come to that particular feature now. If I showcase you some more USP of this command center, where you can see, if you just simply click on a device, you will get a 360-degree information about the complete device. What's the device compliance status? The first and the very important component or a parameter of a device, whether the device is compliant or not. When I say compliant means the device is not even rooted, the device has not been, the OS has not been compromised, or any kind of the device has not gone through any kind of flashing activity done by any third party tool by the end user. So this shows the device has been gone through the complete compliance status and it has enrolled with all the necessary features. Now you see the agent which sits into the device. Now all relevant information you can find it. So you will get a aerial view of that device, which agent version, which network the device is connected to, what is the operating system version, and which group the device is connected to, either a Wi-Fi network or it is a mobile data and other things. All this information you can fetch it. Now if I talk about applications, I want to check in this device how many applications are installed right now. So if I put a filter, I can see all the application with the version along with the package ID or the bundle ID of that application. That's again something a very technical jargon, I used it. So by this you can fetch all the information. Location is one of our unique feature of our solution, where you can live locate the devices where the device is currently located in, and you just simply target it, and I'll just fetch the information of the device where the currently device is located to. So I will come to the location part since it gets fetching all the information. Security policies, what are the security certificates and all other relevant logs. I want to check it, what exactly is happening on a particular device. You'll get all the information. So my purpose is to showing this information, so an admin sitting so far from where the devices are deployed, he will have a complete 360-degree information about that device, what exactly it is happening. Now as I mentioned that I will showcase you from a story how admin can troubleshoot. Now let's see, this is a device which carries Shushoban is carrying this device. Okay, and he has reported, boss, the application is crashing. And I know it's not only Shushobon, I am getting back to back calls for the same application. And this seems to be a critical issue and that needs to be addressed right now. So what I'll do, I will just simply click on the device, and there is an option called inside that console, report incident, because I have to report this. If you guys into an incident management or a problem management kind of scenario where IT service desk, they have to report an incident to their team, depending on the priority, where depending on the priority, and you can escalate that ticket to the backend team where they can figure it out what's going on. So I'll just simply click on the report incident. So guys, I'll take the questions right after the session. So please hold your questions. I'll answer it. Cool. Now you can see this. The moment I select the device, and the moment I clicked on report incident, it has automatically redirect to my SOTI assist page, which is the my diagnostics help desk management tool to troubleshoot my device related and to troubleshoot my application related issue quickly, so that it can reduce the downtime of your business which you are already getting impacted, and without it get increased. I'll just put a full stop over there, and I have to give a solution to all the end users, so the productivity should be keep on running. Now I see a device is there. It's Sushobon's device. I can see it is online. You can see a blue icon over there. So the first thing, what I will do, I will initiate a remote control right from the console to take a look from an administrator level, because in an IT environment, end user is saying a lot of things. Boss, this application, I don't know what's going on. If I ask, yeah, what is the error message you're getting in? Maybe Shusho won't reply. I don't know. The error pops up for a second and it goes off. So as an IT guy, you have to know what exactly the issue is. It might be a minor issue. It might be a simple notification. He might received it and he just replied it. So SOTI One platform will gives you an unique remote control functionality to all the corporate owned devices, where you can live remote control the device, just a click of a button on the device, and you can see the device. I can remote control right away. I can simply click on the device and I can literally click on the applications, and whatever things on the device I can silently remote. So it doesn't require any user intervention or any prompt on the device, or okay, can you please help me to start a session on the device. So there are companies where you guys definitely aware about, or remote desktop applications which are running in the market, like AnyDesk, TeamViewer, all these tools. Why they use it? To troubleshoot remotely. So in today's technology, remote support is the main solution. Now think of today's situation in COVID-19. Everybody is locked. No, in fact, everyone is IT team on every organization. They're working really hard to, troubleshoot their application, their device, whatever they are facing it. What they are doing it? Either they get on a call on Teams, either they get on a call on Skype, either they get on a call on GoToMeeting, whatever tools, or WebEx, whatever they're getting it, just to see a live experience, what exactly going on my device. So SOTI ONE will help you to initiate a live remote control on the device, and not only you can just touch the application silently, you can also have the access to, click on the hardware button on the device. So it is our patent technology which we have designed to give the skin of that particular device model which the end user is using. And I'm 110% sure you will not get this functionality. You might get remote control functionality on other products available in the market, but this will give you a unique or a feather touch experience from an admin point of view, how seamlessly you can connect your devices through the console. Now you see, now as Sushoban mentioned that, I am having an issue with this application. Maybe, SOTI Hub is one of our application. So the moment the application launch, or maybe when he logs into the application, this might be the error message. It comes up, boss, this is asking for a password or whatever. Just take an hypothetical situation that this is an error message. Okay, so the first thing from an IT guy, what he will do to troubleshoot the issue, the first thing, either he will uninstall the application, the first thing, and reinstall the application, which I will I already tried it and it didn't work. So I tried to reproduce the issue 4 or 5 times to capture some information at the back end, so that I can take a look what exactly is going on. So while by clicking or reproducing the issue, my logs has captured, and there is an option here on my tool to capture the download the device logs. Just to give you an information, this device logs is basically the Android debugging logs for that device. Usually, if anybody know how to take an Android debugging logs, where the device has to be physically connected to a laptop, the USB debugging mode has to be enabled on the device, and then with the help of a command, you will capture the logs. So these steps have been reduced through the help of the SOTI Assist solution, and you just simply take a look on the logs. You have all the information about that device, what exactly happened for the last 5 or 10 minutes of my reproducing, or whatever time I spent to reproduce the issue. Now my logs have been captured, and I have reproduced the issue. Now it would be really better if I get a chance to capture a video or maybe a screenshot of the error message. That will again help the IT guy, or help the application guy, or the device vendor. Maybe if that might be a device issue, user report user reported that, my device is rebooting. I don't know, it comes up for like a minute or two and it goes off. So while doing it, you just simply click on this video icon on the device, and it start capturing the video of whatever you are doing on the device. It's capturing all the relevant information. Whatever application you want to launch it, you just want to reproduce it, and you want a proof where the IT guy can take a look at. And I just, stop the recording, and the record, you can see on the right, the video is getting processed and it has attached to the ticket. I'll show you. You can play the video also. Not only that, along with video, you can also capture the audio of that particular device. So the moment I'll click on this video with audio, so a prompt will be go into the device where the end user has to click on accept. because it's a consent we are asking to capture the audio of that particular device, and he can record the conversation. It might be he's not available with the phone, so he want that let's talk. So you see, I just capture the video, and you can play the video inside the ticket, what exactly I have done, or maybe, I just try to reproduce it. And everything is crystal clear from an technology perspective. Okay, so this is the error message. Okay, so this might be the problem he is facing it. So now everything, whatever I am doing it on the console from the right hand side, the information is getting attached on the left hand side of the ticket. So this will treat as an internal help desk management tool to spread out the information, or maybe escalate the information within their IT team. Maybe this application, whatever the business is impacting right now, it needs a special attention by a different user, by a different application guy. So I can assign this ticket to that guy. Right now, I'll come to a different aspect of the device, where I can capture a device snapshot of, like, more than. So you might have heard about server snapshot, or maybe network snapshot, just to take a backup, or maybe for relevant information about the complete device information. So the moment I click on the device, this snapshot will give you a detailed and minute information about the device during that issue happened or occurred, what all the information it was, like battery percentage, my memory, my storage, API level of the device, and is it agentless, last connected, or the check-in time between the deployment server and the agent, and other all, yeah, other all. All right, yeah. So other all information you can capture it, and you can see, like, what are all the applications which were currently assigned to that particular device with the bundle ID and the and the version of that application which is running. So you can see the the amount of information which this ticketing tool can capture it for a business critical operation or a mission critical business mobility project which Sushobon is handling. So this tool will gives you that flexibility to uh, guys, hold your questions. I will come back to your answers. Hold your questions, please. Let me complete with the demo so that you can understand how exactly this components are relating with each other. I'm just trying to creating a flow for you guys to understand. All right. So now things I've done. I captured all the relevant information about the device. So now this time to now to capture. Now let's suppose this device is with Vivek Srivastava. Vivek is the user. He has the reporter. So I'll just put in an information on here, Vivek, and I can see Vivek Srivastava. So now you might be, surprising how this name is automatically populated into the solution. So just because this solution is binded with my Active Directory, or this binded with my email server, so that all the AD information or the user information can be fetched through the API to this dashboard, so that I can quickly check who is the reporter. Now I have the device. Now I want to assign this to one of my engineer whose name is Sudeep Shetty. He's one of my Mobi Control application engineer, deputed in SOTI India, and he will be taking care of this information. So I put in all the information. I put a subject on the incident, SOTI Hub application app down, and I'll put it as a blocker. So you can define your priority level. You can define the priority depending on the issue which the end customer is using it. Now I'll put it as a tag, like application crash. Please look into the issue ASAP. I'll just put a note over there, and I'll just click on submit open. So now this is my assist admin. So assist admin has this dashboard which he can see. He can see there is a blocker ticket which just reached to my kitty or my bin, where it says SOTI Hub application is down. Now this already been assigned to this guy Sudeep, and he already received an email trigger that this is the issue which the application is having right now, and he will have all the relevant information while Suman has captured during the conversation with Vivek or the conversation with Sushobon, who is the end user, and the information can be captured right now, and the issue can be catered accordingly. Now, why this is so important? Now, the relevance of this tool, I would like to bring your attention on this page. Now, every 6 months, every organization, definitely, especially into technology, scenarios, every organization will be having a QBR with their teams, right? Quarterly business review of the team. Why the business was down? Why the productivity was down? What was the issue? So during that, during those kind of sessions with the upper management or the senior management, they want to know a concrete information from the business why the hell my productivity was down this between that period of time. Do you have? So IT guy says, boss, that application was not working. Okay, so can you please show me some concrete proof how many times the application was down? Or maybe one of the admins says, boss, the device we procured from that vendor, the Samsung vendor, he has given me a crap devices. The operating system seems to be pretty old. I don't know what's going on. Only that maybe you have two different procurement vendor of your devices to procure the devices. One of the vendor devices was they have given, it's absolutely running good. Maybe the other vendor, the devices which they have given, some issues or some or other issues every second day the devices are facing. So now the IT admin can show to the management with all the information on the dashboard, this amount of issues or this amount of tickets or this amount of errors we received during that time, and this is the time we have fixed out all this operations, or we fixed out all this. We have given the resolution to the end user. Not only that, you can also check all the previous incident and the resolved incident. What are the resolution which have been provided? It might possible the error which one of the end user is facing, the same issue came 6 months back with some other user, and that was a solution which has been given, and you can just copy paste the solution and replicate the same solution to the user, and you're good to go. So this is an overall picture how exactly SOTI assist will caters the mobility devices. So you can see how many errors and what kind of device issues can be catered during the within the SOTI assist. You can see all the information. And not only that, if we go to the settings of this application, you can define your own SLA. How many SLA? I mean, if it is a business critical ticket, how much time SLA should be. So all email integration, tags, and other things you can assign it through SOTI Assist. So to summarize my demo, to tell you that SOTI Assist tool will help an organization where the environment or the data or maybe the device is very critical for that business, and every information the business has to move on, and they have to reduce the downtime as much as they can, so that they can focus on the productivity. And just because of one silly issue, I don't want you to be just think, maybe Shushobon sits out in, and he is one of my business user based out in Kolkata. Now we have given a device and application to him, and now his application or device stopped working. Now I don't have such tool to troubleshoot. Now what I will do, what usually business will do, okay, can you please go to the nearest market in Chandni Chowk or somewhere else to check what's going on? There are some cheap shops are there. They might fix the issue. Or maybe what they will say, okay, you just ship the device to Kolkata to Pune, or maybe Kolkata to Delhi, or Kolkata to Mumbai, wherever your office is, so that during that period that your business already impacted due to the downtime. So the device will come to your warehouse or maybe come to your office. You will check it, and you will fix the issue. Or maybe temporarily basis you have asked to contact some other vendor to procure or rent a device. So that the business, if you think of a critical business operation, these things will definitely, it makes a lot of sense to the business. All right, so that's it from my SOTI assist. Now, as on the presentation which we have discussed, the components of our SOTI platform, what are the things we are on, and precisely which we are focusing in today's session. SOTI assist our which I just explained. Now I'll coming to the application part, which is our SOTI Snap. Just give me 1 minute.
Suman, can you please cover a bit more about movie control, which talks about like kiosk mode, application deployment?
Cool. I will take. So that's how SOTI assist will you can cater it.
Just to add, Suman, because I could see queries that how SOTI is different from some of the completions products.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned that one of our unique feature which we are focusing it, that is the which we are providing to our end customers to remote control a device. Remote control functionality is very important in today's world. So you just simply click on the remote control from here, and you can just get the look and feel of the application which you can see. Now I will straight away jump into the verticals. Now think this device is Samsung. This is a Samsung device, or maybe you're having a Lenovo tab, and you are maybe you are working with a manufacturing plant. You're working with Mercedes Benz, where working with Mercedes Benz, and they have the end users have been giving these tablets to the plants. They can access to the different verticals, and every department have been given some set of applications. So I am basically from let's suppose a sales department, and where these things can be only I have been allowed to access 3 applications or maybe 2 applications, right? So how we can cater it? So we have a functionality called a kiosk mode into our environment, where we can only allowed a set of applications, where I can only see 2 or 3 applications on the device. So I just drag the device to a different group, and you can see on the screen. So this will be the screen it will look like. So Oswal Global Logistics is one of our global customer. They're into logistics business, and this is how they have requested the device to be deployed with 3 application on the device. One application which is their hub for basically access the contents. One application is basically the secure web browser, so accessing the web applications or secure browsers, or maybe some set of applications. Just give me 1 moment. Yeah, and maybe whatever application they want to launch it, they can access it. They can just yeah. And one is Google Maps. So maybe that device has been given to their truck drivers to locate or maybe search the map or maybe search the route. So now you see what they have requested within the device, where they have asked for 3 applications.
Yeah, what happened, Suman? Vivek, are you there?
Just give me 1 moment, guys.
Okay,
Problem
sure.
with my network here. Yeah, I think some problem with my network. Just give me 1 moment. Yeah. Yeah, Vivek, you can. Yeah, any questions you can ask in the meantime. I'll just check it out
No,
from my screen.
so I'm just collecting all the questions right now. So
Hmm.
do you anticipate some long time? So, I can answer some queries.
Yeah, it's come back.
So I could see that there are 4 to 5 questions. from Mr. Devashish Day. The
Mhm.
question was, can we utilize this as a asset management system?
Okay, so when I say when you say asset management solution, so asset management solution is altogether a different ask from a customer. If you technically asset management having a dedicated a barcode tag to be punched with a device where they can simply track and feel the device from a remote location, or there are certain features which are dedicatedly built for the solution. So, of course, I will not say that I can give you a complete asset management solution on through this SOTI. However, yes, partially or maybe relevant information regarding a device or an asset which is a company-owned property, and on top of that, whatever values and information I have just showcased on the console, you can check all the information about the model number, serial number. So, asset management consists of majorly all this information. What is the MAC address? What is the device serial number? Where this device is currently located into? Who the device is assigned to? So all these information can be catered. So you will definitely get all this information through our Mobi Control solution. And the location wise, which yes, you can live locate the device where exactly the device is currently. This device is currently now. You can live locate the device. Just give me one moment with all the relevant longitude and latitude value of the device where it is currently located to. Okay, just wait. Yeah, any other further questions, Vivek?
So just to add, yeah, I'm just coming up. So just to add to this particular question of Mr. Devashish, when you talk about asset management, basically, if you can run a report where you can see that in a particular group or in the company, what all application and application versions are installed, you can see that report. Suman, correct me somewhere, if I am wrong or if you want to add some value. As far
Absolutely.
as their details are concerned, you can get through a reporting. So one you can see on the screen, but you can also download the report in form of PDF and Excel. The next question
Correct.
comes from Mr. Abhijit. Do you find the location of the device from public IP of the device or from somewhere else?
So the when the device is connected to mobile data, definitely the device is getting a public IP, and you can track the device. So it will give you a longitude and a latitude value. So just I'll show you the location part only. So this device is having some problem right now. Just give me one minute. I'll show you what information you'll get in on the location. Okay. So yeah, so that gives you complete information about the value of that device, and yeah, so device anyhow, the depending on the network. So if it is connected to an internal network, maybe an internal Wi-Fi or maybe internal Wi-Fi, company Wi-Fi. So it will fetch. So the device GPS chip is actually working, communicating with the satellite, and then it will fetch the information. It will not a network based. It's basically on the GPS based location. Yeah. Any other questions, Vivek?
Yeah, I'm just summarizing more. I'm just telling you more queries. What needs to be done at the end device to enable it to be viewed remotely? They are talking about mobile device. Like,
So
what needs to be done on the device? That's a question probably from Mr. Abhijit.
So what needs to be done when how to remote control the device? So I mean on the device, and what has to be done? What has to be
Maybe
configured?
like, I will appreciate if Abhijit ji can brief this question. We'll be happy to answer that.
Abhijit, you can
Abhijit ji?
mute
Yeah.
and shoot your
Yeah,
query. I have unmuted.
yeah. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Absolutely,
sir.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah. What I was asking is like that. What needs to be done at the end device in order to get it tracked, or in order to get it controlled remotely? What is needed to be? You are talking from a. You are actually defining about a centralized control. What is needed to be done at the end device, such that
Okay.
the end device can be controlled remotely?
Fair enough. Understood your question. Just give me one moment. I'll show you on the device. So every device. So how this technology works, basically, every device is having an Android or depending on the operating system, we having an agent sits into the device. So that agent is basically the primary component which keep on communicating with the deployment server, which is even hosted on the cloud or maybe on the on-premise server. So you see on the device, on this device, this is our agent. So I'll show you how the agent will look like. Yeah. So this is the agent. Uh, you see Mobi control. You see on my screen.
Yes,
Yeah. So this
yes,
is the
yes.
agent. So this agent is installed on every device at the time of enrollment. Okay, so this
Okay,
agent will fetching all the information back to the server and back to your web console with all the relevant. So you see the plugin, there is a plugin which we have inbuilt, mechanized
okay,
within the or hard coded within the agent, where you
okay,
just have to click a button from the console and the remote control can be initiated remotely.
okay. So another thing is, can it be? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah. So another question is, say for example, I am using a mobile phone of mine and I want to get into your network. So is
Mhm.
there anything which has to be done from my end such that I can install anything such that my device can be controlled remotely?
Okay, very good question. I think this question will answer a lot of queries into the environment where specific to Indian market, because we takes care of Asia Pacific market, and except India, majority of the market they are more into corporate owned devices where the devices have been given by the companies and how they are operating the mobility business, because they are a very technology oriented company, and they want believe on new technology to be opted as soon as possible. So for a end user device, like you are using your own device, if you're having an, let's suppose, Samsung S10 device, and where guys, some noise at the back end, if anybody please mute it. Yeah, thank you. So, so if you're using a Samsung S10 device and you have joined a company where your IT guy asked, Abhijit, can you please,
Yes, yes.
open? You just your devices needs to be enrolled. This is one of our joining formality, where you just go to the Play Store if you're having Android phone, and you just download a device, download an
Okay,
agent called SOTI Mobi Control, and then it's gone.
okay,
And then
okay.
then
Understood, understood,
yeah.
understood.
But your personal device, nobody will allow to remote control.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because that's your personal device.
Remote
You
viewed. It can be
yeah.
remote viewed provided they allow it.
They
Yeah,
allow it.
because the technology how we have designed, or how Google API has designed to make it different on work and personal. There will be a
So
Okay,
separate
Suman,
yeah.
I have also made my device up and connected. In case your device is having any problem, you can use my device.
No, so meanwhile,
Sorry.
there are two supplementary questions. I think we can answer that. They have said in India we are using our own device, so how we can protect my own privacy if we use this kind of agents?
Mr. Amar, we will just come to your question. I have noted down your question. We'll just answer that. So,
So sorry,
Suman,
can you please repeat the
in the
question again?
meantime, I'll just give you, Suman,
Yeah.
I'm just going step by step. I have noted
Mhm.
all the question. This
Mm.
question was from Mr. Amar. Just wait. So next question come from Mr. Kulvan. How it is different
Mhm.
than Manage Engine and Knox by Samsung?
Okay, so how is it different than Knox and Manage Engine? So if I practically tell you, guys, there are 100 odd different MDM players are now operating in the market. Every second company is claiming we are also giving MDM, sir. प्रोडक्ट ले लो सर, हमारा हमारा भी एमडीएम है, बहुत बढ़िया एमडीएम है सर. Like one of the example I would like to give you, take any company like Sophos. Sophos is their primary bread and butter business is into firewalls. The main business line of business is that. Now they have also integrated a separate component called MDM to manage the devices. Now, when it comes to device management, now the questions you guys definitely you have a lot of questions asking, like you want to do that, you want to this, you want location, you want remote, you want that. Not every MDM or every EMM will having that complete product capability to cater, or I'll just underlining the exact jargon, the complexity of the device environment, which other MDM might doesn't have. I'll tell you how Knox or how Manage Engine will be different than others. We support a various platform of operating system under the one glass of pane. Just to show you on my console, if you can see, you will get all the platforms on the device. You see Windows Rugged, Windows Desktop, modern Windows Desktop or laptop, iOS, Android, Zebra printers, which are Link OS printers, Link operating system based printers, and Linux. So now think from a business perspective, guys. Today you might have started your business with Android devices. Right after 6 months or maybe a year, your business will come up with some other project where the requirement to manage RFIDs, which is based on Linux platform. So now you are stuck. You might have purchased Manage Engine. I don't want to criticize any product. I'm just trying to giving you a product value perspective proposition to you, how you can segregate your choice between the products. So today might be your deployment strategies Android or maybe iOS. Maybe 6 months down the line, you got a project from Indian tolls, or maybe some project where requirement is managing RFIDs of Zebra. So at that point of time, you might have to go to some other product. Again, you have to go to POC stage, negotiation. You might not comfortable with the pricing, and your project gone for a toss. Or maybe you bought it from there, but the business requirement which you might be looking for is not getting properly fulfilled. So how it is different than Manage Engine? So under one glass of pane, irrespective of the operating system, irrespective of the feature, we are supporting it for our enterprise customer. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Just to add on Suman's pointer, Knox is very limited towards Samsung devices. We do not limit you to choose the device from the ecosystem in the market. As far as Zoho is concerned, they are very like they might be focused around different platforms around mobility. However, if you see the SOTI One, so there is no product in the world probably which talks about complete ecosystem and solutioning around mobility, starting from MDM, which has a very vast range in a complex scenario, building the apps. By Zoho will not be giving the flexibility to create your own app. They might not be having an integrated help desk tool where you can do SLA management. You might need to buy a different product from a different company where API integration might not be possible, unlike SOTI.
And
Just give you the perspective. However, sorry,
correct,
Suman, you were saying
correct.
something.
Correct. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just to add you a very crucial point when it comes to a differentiation with Manage Engine and any other product, any ticket, any product. So now you are handling a business. You're operating a maybe 100 crore business where mobility is one of your portfolio. Now you are having a enterprise application. Your third party team has developed an application, and that application needs to be deployed, and the primary business use case is that every 14 days or every month the application is coming with the latest update, where you have to push the latest updated APK version to all those devices. So SOTI One platform has a unique functionality will giving to our customers, where you can updating the application versions and sequence to all the devices so that it will get all the latest version, and the application should be up and running properly without impacting the business. So silent package deployment is one of the term we call it here, where you can deploy an APK to the device with a compressed manner, with a reduced bandwidth. The application can be deployed, and whenever the application gets a version update, let's suppose your application team has given you the APK, you simply upload the APK, convert it into a package, or you can directly import the APK and directly push it to the device. These differentiator will makes us unique when it comes to these kind of operational areas where the companies are looking into. Not every company has Google Play based applications. They, due to some security concern or maybe compliance issues, they might have applications which have built their own department or their own inbuilt app developer. They have built it, and they don't want to expose it to the public network, or maybe they don't want to expose it to the Play Store. So these are the pointers.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Hi, Kulwant here. Okay, one more thing. Suppose I have to deploy the application on the 200 devices
Uh-huh.
or 300 devices.
Yeah.
So whether it will be go one by one or it will be go at one shot to 300.
Amazing question, sir. Thank you so much for these questions, and this will answer
Very,
to
very,
rest.
very beautiful question.
Absolutely, I agreed, sir. That's a very wonderful question you asked me. So, so you see, before I'll show you something. I'll answer to a question. You see, we are running on version 15.1.0. This is the latest our product version we have recently launched, maybe a week back. This technology will gives you a extreme server or maybe an extreme threshold technology booster pack with the console to the devices, where anyhow applications, the moment you pushing the application from a console to the devices, it will all the way deploy to all the devices who all are connected at that point of time. Any devices which are maybe disconnected or which may be offline or maybe whatever state, that application will be on queued state. The moment the device comes online, it will be automatically queued and deployed it to the device. And not only that, let's suppose, not only that, you can also, I will show you a small example. Let's suppose you are pushing an application. Let me show you in a practical way. This is my application. I've created a profile, and out of that profile, let me Suman. This is the group, Suman. And in this Suman group, I can see two devices. Maybe you, in this group you might have 1,000 devices. Now, just for the testing, you want to publish that application just on a one device, and you can uncheck the other all the devices. So that application will only deploy it to a single device. That kind of categorization, you have that flexibility and that feasibility and feather touch experience from this UI. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So just to answer, in case you want to deploy an application to thousands of device, you can do in one
Absolutely.
single go. You can schedule it. You can plan it well. You can even go to that extent that it will only do at 10 o'clock in a respective region. It will only do once it is secure Wi-Fi. You can go into those kind of in-depth security policies as well. So answer is yes. And
Okay,
we do
thank
it
you.
for
Thank
insurance,
you.
the largest customer for 200,000 devices where their application is updated every 15 days average.
Absolutely. Okay. So a lot of us, a lot of you guys asked this question. I think Avijit has asked this question. Maybe some other guy. So here we go. Just give me one moment. Yeah. So this is my personal device, guys. You can see Android plus 00320. You can see. I'll just name it my BYOD. This device is enrolled. Now I will show you the difference between a corporate owned device look and feel. So you see now I'd like to bring your attention, guys. Please see on the console. This Samsung device is a work managed device, and it enrolled as a work managed device, and it has integrated with the plugin where it will directly asking me for a remote control, right? But if I check on my OnePlus device, my personal device, let's suppose I'm an admin, I'm a smart admin, I want to, Abhijit is using their device and I want to silently remote his device, right? Very smart admin. So just select the device. So now you see the limitation, it will ask for a remote view. So I will not straight away remote control the device. So I'll just initiate a remote view, and it has popped up a message on the device that while an IT administrator is asking a permission from you to share your device screen. The moment I click on start,
Maybe you can show your camera,
no, it's
to where oh, okay.
there we go. So this is my personal device, guys. This is my personal my phone. And now let's suppose Abhijit, you joined an organization and you have been asked to enroll. So I have just enrolled. And the moment I'll show the apps, you see there is a category between a personal and a work. There is a different separate virtual container has been created inside your device. So under this work container, you have only your business application which your admin has pushed to the device. I am an admin. I am not supposed to touch, and even I am not even allowed to touch your personal applications.
Absolutely.
So it's your device, you are the admin, whatever you want to do it. You have two Play Store. You can see one Play Store is here. I can install anything on this Play Store. I can search for anything. But the moment I go to my work section of the device, if I launch my work Play Store, this Play Store is a managed Play Store by my administration, where you can see it shows an enterprise account, a work account. So if I want to install Facebook, just take an
Okay.
example, Facebook, and I'll search for the application. I am not able to search
You
Facebook
won't be
because
able to get that.
Facebook has
Yeah.
not been approved by my administrator.
Okay. Okay.
Now I just make one more thing so that it will give you more clear. Now you left the organization. Now you left it. Now for an organization, first important parameter is the device, the data, right? The data is a very critical parameter. So whether you come to office or maybe you have been asked to leave or whatever situation, or maybe you have absconded, you have gone with your device. So the admin will simply select the device and simply type a command wipe. The moment I'll wipe it, the complete work container will get deleted from your device without touching your personal side of the application. All right, guys. All right, so this is the basic
Okay.
difference between BYOD scenario. So BYOD, when I say BYOD is only meant for mobile application management. So mobile application management means you can only have control on the container part. Do not expect anything to be control on the device. I am an iPhone user. I spent like 20,000 on my Bose earphone. I'm a music lover and my company is asking me to block the Bluetooth. I'm sorry, I will leave the job right away because that is my personal device. I am an admin of my device, right? I'm an admin of my device. So the company, logically, technically, they cannot control your hardware level of the device. But the same can be catered on a company owned device. It's the company's property. They have blocked. Now you see this device is enrolled as a work managed, and you see there is only one Play Store, and that Play Store is again managed with my company ID. I cannot search any application. I cannot simply run anything on the device. And my admin can remote control right away. Yeah, guys. So these are some
So the next
pointers.
question, the next question comes from Mr. Kaushik. In fact, there are three questions from Mr. Kaushik. Does
Mhm.
it restrict data leakage, loss, deletion of mobile, laptop, iPad? First question. Second, does it work for laptop, desktop? Third, does it work as a patch management? Microsoft Adobe all application patches. So I will answer for a few and then you can take up. So answer
Yep.
number two for Kaushik ji. Does it work for laptop, desktop? Yes, we support different operating system as I told in the beginning. Irrespective of form factor, we support Windows laptop, desktop from 8.1 onwards. We support Linux, different versions like CentOS, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Raspberry Pi. We support Mac OS. So all the three major platforms on laptop desktop? The answer is yes, we do support. Question number three, does it work as patch management? Microsoft, Adobe, all application patches? I think Suman can answer you in detail, but I think broader perspective, the answer is yes. Suman, you can just maybe add on this. Does it work as a patch management solution like System Center of Microsoft? I think that's a core question from Mr. Kaushik.
Okay, so just to add on that question, is it like context of your question is a remote control for a laptop desktop or this containerized logic he asked for? I just want to be very specific on that question. Whosoever is asked that question, is it are you like thinking like the same kind of UI you will get it on the laptop? Is it the question, or the question?
Kaushik can
Yeah,
probably ask
Kaushik.
that question. Yeah.
Kaushik, can you please unmute and please specify what exactly your ask is?
Kaushik, I have unmuted you. You can shoot your query.
Yeah, my hello, is it audible?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Crystal clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So my query is, will it work as a patch management application or software like for Microsoft WSUS or something like that,
Like System
or
Center,
third party?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So answer to your question is yes, it can work as a patch management. However, for that, the end customer should have a WSUS server at their end, and then we can integrate that server with our solution to make it impacting on the device. So that integration needs to be done through that WSUS server with our solution, and then you can manage it accordingly.
Yeah, pardon me. WSUS server itself do the patch management. So why do I need
Yeah,
the,
so
this
that
software?
direct patch we usually don't do it because there are certain limitations from Microsoft. Just to tell you, when I talk about Microsoft as a vendor, so if you know, Microsoft has their own backend mechanism to manage all the policies into Windows laptop. Now, Microsoft has given certain limited amount of capabilities to all the EMM player in the market that if you want to manage Windows laptop, boss, these are the prerequisites. Prerequisites number one, the laptop has to be enterprise, professional, business, or education. These four built majorly supported. The build version should be supported from version 1703 and above, and they don't support home edition laptops. Now as an integration, because we whatever we do for laptops, as per the instruction by the Microsoft, we integrate it. So what Microsoft has suggested, through you cannot directly do a patch update management from our solution, any EMM solution. You have to have a different server if you want to more monitor the requirement. You can do the integration with your WSS server with your solution, and but anyhow the patch will going through your WSUS server only. So there is no direct patch management mechanism. We have it in our solution. Yeah, Abhishek,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry, Kaushik.
Kaushik, I'm
Suman,
sorry, Kaushik. Yeah.
there was another question from Mr. Kaushik.
Yeah.
Does it restrict data leakage, loss, deletion from mobile, laptop, and iPad?
Okay, so for mobile laptop, data leakage prevention, if it is a corporate enrollment data, the data will be fully secure. You cannot take out the data from the device at any cost. There are policies. And if it is a BYOD device, which is your user's own device, so it's only your container, that container which I just showed you. So from that container, you cannot copy paste the data from the work container to the personal site of the device. You cannot take screenshot. You cannot copy paste the data from personal to work or work to personal. And moreover, if you connect that device to a laptop with a USB cable, you will not be able to see that container partition into your laptop.
Okay.
In
Next
case of
question from
laptop, the same container will be there.
Absolutely not. So laptop doesn't work as a BYOD partition. So again, for Microsoft laptop, if you want to secure the data, there is a terminology, there is a component which Microsoft use, Windows Information Protection. I believe you heard about this technology. So WIP profile, we have to push it from the laptop, from this console to the laptop, where all your work related there are set of application which you can select, which you can target. So the end user will not be able to, so that data will be encrypted. You will not be able to copy paste the data from that laptop, or you cannot just plug in a pen drive into a laptop and copy that laptop and take it out. You cannot do it. So that policy will be applied through our Mobi control console. We call it as WIP, Windows Information Protection. And also drive encryption we do through BitLocker, which is again a Microsoft product. So we send the BitLocker profile to the devices, so the drives will be encrypted fully. Yeah.
So next question comes from Mr. P. Karwa. There are 4 questions. How light this application is? How much resource is required? Second question,
Cool.
in server, how much resource required for 200 to 300 system? So I will just answer that. So we have 2 kind of licensing policy. One is cloud based, other is you can have on-premise subscription based licensing policy. So for 200 to 300 system, I think an 8 GB with 2 cores with Windows operating system is sufficient for us to work. Right, Suman?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Right. Next question is, how much resource required in server and user level, and it's connecting every time.
So on a device, my agent consists of my agent size is 50 MB of application. So total device space, it will take only 50 MB. And you can put it on optimize mode for that application. And my device agent is mechanized in a way where it will be always connected on the device. It will not take much of your device memory or maybe your resources.
And then he just given input that in most of the companies right now, laptops are also under BYOD. So I think you have already answered that by using Windows Information Protection Server
Yes.
solution,
So
right?
just to answer, if anybody, I know market there are products which claiming which we do, Windows mechanism, we do this and we do that. So just to let you know, Windows has a strict policy for all the EMM same. There is no that they have given some access to SOTI, they have some given access to Manage Engine, or they have given some access to some other vendor. Not like that. If they say we don't support this version, that means it's not supported. And there is no BYOD logic for Microsoft. There is no BYOD logic. I mean, there is no MDM value addition for a BYOD. So
On
both the
laptop,
yeah,
desktop.
on the laptop desktop, there is no technical logic for a BYOD to be implemented. Otherwise, Microsoft, they have their own MDM or a EMM tool they are running. If you heard about Intune, in fact, Intune doesn't have that feature to provide you BYOD support for
Right. So I'll
Windows.
just come on that. It brings me to the next question from someone.
Yeah.
One from Mr. Kunal says, how to assign asset like laptops to a user? I think the question is, how do we assign SOTI agent in the laptop? Mr. Kunal, please correct me, or you can probably brief your question. Mr. Kunal?
Let me see. Where is he? He is there.
I think Kunal is not in the call right now.
I cannot
So
see
it
him
comes
right
to the
now.
next question from Mr. Amar Prosti. First, any agent to be installed? Answer is yes. Second is India. In India, we use our own device. How will I protect my privacy? Second, how is it different than VMware AirWatch? Very good question. We will be happy to answer that. And third is Microsoft Intune is free with Office 365.
Correct. So, the question, sir?
First question is how they protect the privacy on their own devices.
For?
On their own devices. I think people own devices. No, I think the question. Can you please
Right.
mute because a lot of sound is
Yes.
coming in?
Yeah, Shushovan,
Okay,
thank you.
yeah, now it's better. Thank you. So, okay. So the question was, how will I protect my privacy? I think the question is, in BYD environment, in BYOD environment, how do they ensure privacy of the data? Mr. Amar, probably you can brief the question if I am understanding it rightly.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep,
We can hear you.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So now, as we were discussing in India, generally the company expects the employee to access corporate information on their own device. Like we don't get a extra device from the company.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I have my personal apps, my personal video, my chat, WhatsApp, everything running on the same device.
Mm-hmm.
So won't it be a privacy threat for me that the MDM administrator can access my device and can look into my personal data as well?
Okay. So first thing, underline definition, underline statement of your question. You are the administrator of your device, not a company. First thing, answer to your BYOD question. You can delete the application at any point of time without bothering your IT admin. Without bothering your IT admin, you can simply go to settings and uninstall the MDM or MAM application which is running in your device, which will be removed. And I don't think so. You, in fact, you least bother to inform your company. That's because anyhow, company knows this policy very well. It's my personal device. I am the admin, and you do not have any right to touch my personal application into my device. Answer to your second question about the privacy. If you have seen my device, have you seen my screen a while ago when I am sharing the
Yes,
work
yes,
and
yeah.
personal? So and now in scenarios where BYOD will come into the picture, so I'll tell you the logic. BYOD means only the application part of the device, and application again, it's only to the work container of that device. If your admin or if your company has asked you to install a MDM or an MAM solution into a personal device, and they have taken a signed consent from you that we will only operate or we will only control your business related application. That is one. Number two, he will not touch your private application, any private information from the console. He cannot touch it. It is already a predefined. Data leakage prevention is already predefined. And how the Android enterprise, the technology which is working at the back end, the APIs are designed in a way where between personal and work there is no communication. That means a virtual layer, or more precisely, from a technology term, it works on a sandbox technology, which your Apple device or iOS has started with their technology with because of their security strength. And that's how Android is also focusing on that boundary. Your privacy, your private application will be untouched from an administration point of
Okay, thanks. So another questions I have is that this VMware VDI,
view.
for VMware VDI, what happens is AirWatch comes free.
Okay.
Okay, means if you are a large VDI customer, VMware will give free AirWatch subscription. So
Mhm.
how does your like MDM software compare with the AirWatch? Means is it worth paying for your when I'm getting free? And same is the case with Intune. Intune comes free with Office 365 if I have large user subscription.
Mhm.
So then how do we justify the
Okay.
extra cost?
Should I
Okay.
answer this, Suman?
Absolutely. It's your question. It's your question. Please.
Okay, sir. So, Mr. Amar, I think this is your query. Yes,
Yeah.
it is absolutely worth to look at products from SOTI as when it comes to, okay, so multiple reasons. I have done at least 4 migration on air from AirWatch to SOTI in
Okay.
last 1 year. So
Hmm.
I will tell you main reason. When it comes on the product portfolio, SOTI MDM is a single comprehensive product. We do not charge you on a feature based, unlike AirWatch.
Okay.
So today, if you buy my one single product, you are covered for the rest of future. You will not be getting even a single surprise. If Vivek, I want a secure hub or a secure content library or a secure browser, are you? I will not say, sir, for this feature you need to pay extra. First thing. Second thing, broader device range support. So we have a customer in India who is using 200,000 devices, and one of the reason why we were able to win this case against AirWatch and every vendor in the world, three major reasons. When you talk about 2 lakh devices, you cannot look at one single brand. A customer wanted a flexibility on device choice with remote control capability where there is no third party agent to be installed. So we were able to do that. Integrated antivirus and anti-malware engine. SOTI offers you that by default bundled. Third thing is we are a very competent in terms of commercial as an organization, and so we actually give you a better ROI, in times to come. Does it answer to some extent to the question, Mr. Amar?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
so I
just to add
told you,
on, just yeah,
yeah,
go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Carry on, sir.
just to add, it will be good if you give us an opportunity to understand your business can, and let me show you how SOTI really helps you in bringing an unified view of your devices across organization.
And sir, as per my mobility experience is concerned into this technology for last 5 good years, and three different products specific to two different products I personally worked, and which is Mobile RN and second one is SOTI. It's been for last 4 years, and AirWatch I have a bit of idea. So recently in this COVID-19 situation where companies are locked, we have recently converted a customer which they were using uh, Intune and AirWatch, and they are completely migrated to SOTI. Not just because
Right,
of the
yeah.
commercial, not just because of the commercial. Anyhow, as rightly said by Vivek, of course, that is one of the component which every enterprise organization is closed eye on that part. How best and how competitive pricing you're offering to me. So from a technical perspective, from a technical standpoint, our objective is very plain and simple. If I am not able to add a value proposition from my customer's requirement, it doesn't make any sense to sell any product to you. That's my first thing. Is from a technical, it's my own personal principle thinking from a product strategy. If I'm able to add a value, definitely my project my product will definitely helps your organization. Now there are, that's I mentioned, 100 odd MDM players in the market, and everybody will claiming we also do application management, we also do remote control, we also do BYOD. Yes, they do, that's the fact. But when I say, when I see my product, and when I propose this solution, this is our bread and butter. VMware. So for VMware, virtualization is their main business. That's why they are giving free AirWatch to you. Intune, Office 365, not
Same
every
story.
company.
Yeah, same story actually.
Yeah. So every
With
company.
their enterprise customer, they just
Yeah,
add, give some licenses as a value add. I have seen that, but when anything comes free, you can understand how it become free. There is nothing called free, no, in the world for sure.
absolutely. And
So
when they're saying, yeah,
just to add another.
I think I lost your voice, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, I can hear you, Suman. So just to
Okay.
add, SpiceJet also has migrated from AirWatch and Knox to SOTI. Was I audible?
Yeah. You're audible.
Okay. I get it. So I think Mr. Amar के अभी दो questions are pending. One is okay. We have answered that how it is different than AirWatch and so VMware. Microsoft Intune is free. We have answered that. Device. Okay, so I think we have covered all the queries which were given to me in chat box.
Cool.
We can now probably move on quickly on SOTI Snap because it's a 550. So
Correct, correct, correct.
just give them a flavor how and how much easy it is to create your own applications on the fly. Anyone is interested can come back via Shushoban and we will be more than happy to run a specific demo for them.
Sure. So, Shishobhan, how much time we have left so that I can uh,
Probably 10 minutes.
Ideally, we should by 10 minutes we should finish.
10
So you
minutes?
quickly cover,
Okay.
someone, you quickly cover on the Snap.
Cool. I will not take you through an in-depth demo. Yeah, in-depth demo, quickly nutshell demo for SOTI Snap. First of all, I'll quickly show you the look and feel of the Snap, the MADP application tool, and how this tool, what a type of application it caters. So you see, all these applications have been made on SOTI Snap. So primarily, this application tool is getting used for across any vertical you can take it. Majorly companies are mainly looking for an application development or application which captures data or maybe any kind of data collection, data gathering, or maybe but they have survey companies with doing surveys on the ground. So they need basic application. Now the challenges for a business when it comes to app developer. Now, an application have been built by an app developer for Android device. Now, suddenly an application update or maybe an operating system update comes to a device, and right after that, the application crashed or your application starts crashing just because of the operating system update. Again, you have to go back to your developer, and you're paying hell lot of thousands of dollars you're paying to your app developer or third party team to building a basic data collection application. Now let's suppose Shushobon is one of my sales manager, and he have been asked to travel to Singapore for a not this time, maybe he'll ask to travel to Singapore for an event. And where when these kind of sales event or seminar event, what we sales people do to capture leads, we need leads usually in a daily scenarios. How we capture the information, we just get exchanging our visiting cards, we just take a note in our diary or maybe somewhere in the laptop. Okay, we met this guy, he is from this department and that. So again, you have to come back to your base and accommodating all the information on a single pane. Now, does it not useful if I give you an application which will be which has built in just 15 to 20 minutes, and you have all the flavors of a lead capture should be capable of? First name, last name, you can simply, you can just open the camera, you can just capture the image, and the image get added of the visiting card, and you can see the image has been added, all the information have been done, and after that you just submit and save the lead, and this information will be automatically converted back to your server, where your backend management guys will have a keep a track on these leads. Now the challenge. Shushoban is in Singapore. Shushoban found that, boss, it seems that the application requires one more field, if I could get it, to capture the signature or capture the location of that event, where exactly maybe that Singapore, they have organized 5 different events. So it will be an easier for me to at least identify where exactly I have captured or where any information, right? So in a general scenario, what you will do, if I want to update, or if I want to add a signature column in this application, I need to walk up to my development team or maybe business team. Business team will talk to my app developer. App developer will write 1,000-line codes to it, and then the code will be validated. Then he will do a test APK, create a test APK, do testing on a separate testing device. Then if he satisfies, yes, it's good to go, and then he publish the application to all the device. So it takes at least 5 days of operation. Maybe that guy is so much busy with some other stuffs. Now with the help of SOTI Snap, how seamlessly you can simply log into the application. Let's suppose Shushoban called Suman. Hey Suman, it seems that one of the column is missing. While I noticed if I could have get an signature column in the application, it will be really helpful for me. Can you please help me do that? I will say, yeah, of course. So as a Suman, I logged in as an administrator. I will simply go to my uh, application, my dashboard. I will search for lead capture application. What I will do, I will simply go ahead and click on the edit button. So it will take me to the source code or a source page where all the widgets and all the necessary components have been added while creating the application. Now you see everything is all standby. Now, as Sushobhan requested, Suman, I need a signature panel to be added here. So what I will do, I will simply go to my widgets and there is an option called signature. I will simply drag and drop the signature widget right here and my signature column is right here. Now you see location I've already added. So maybe he has asked. So but just put a location or a map kind of thing into the application. So I'll just drag and I'll put a map on the widget, and you see my current location have been automatically started tracking. Now I have done it. Now before I publish this application, I will quickly take a preview how exactly it will look like. So I will just, it's publishing or maybe previewing this application. There we go. I will just scroll it down. You see my map is there and my signature is there, and I'm done. And if I want to take a broader look, then how it looks like on the tab, I can change the view, and then I will simply click on the publish. The moment I click on publish, and this will be populated, and I don't want to publish it right now because it's a production environment. So the moment I publish, and when I see the device, I'll ask Shushoban, can you please relaunch the application? So when he will relaunch the application, he will see a red icon on the app says updated. He will just relaunch the application and he will have that option. And this is not just for Android. The same goes to the iOS device as well. What the current business challenges in our enterprise business is, you have to have separate developers for separate operating system. It cannot be the same developer. I'm 110% sure an Android developer cannot change the code in iOS operating system. They works on a different logic altogether. So this mechanism will help you, and not only that, beat any. So this is a recent COVID-19 application which we have created by our application team, a group of like 3 guys. They have just put their understanding, and this application we have designed on our Snap application tool. You see maximum relevant information about the COVID-19, which countries are impacted. So we are trying to put the logic at the back end with the help of that widgets and all these policies. Now you see this plain application, I don't even call it as a plain and simple application. This application requires check with the developer how many code they have to write to build this application. So I can simply go ahead and I can change the country, and I can see it will automatically redirect to me to my location, and all the counts or whatever they have. So it works like this. So these kind of applications you can build it. Not only that, let's suppose I am working for any, let's suppose, a service center, a manufacturing service center, or maybe a hotel check-in. So devices you have seen, if you've checked into 5-star hotel, they have replaced with a tablet, and tablet is having an application to capture the check-in information of your end users. So you can simply you can build those application. It will start with a picture, and the moment you click on OK, it will automatically calls the camera, and you can capture the image, and then other information you can fill it, and that goes to your different information will be saved to your servers. Everything is getting happening with the help of these widgets. So it is a canvas. We are giving you a canvas. You just play with it. And the beauty of this application, sir, you are not required, or you don't require to be a C++ programmer or any programming language master on it. If you know it, that will be an added advantage to this application, because there is an option we have applied. If you want to put some more logic into the application, there are options to put JavaScript or some kind of blockly script. You can add it to applications. Not only that, now when it comes to exporting the data of this application to your backend system, so we have two kind of mechanism. One is data export and one is data import rule. So export rule will help you dump the data with the help of these many export currently information we are publishing. If you want to export it to Google Drive, SharePoint, OneDrive, any kind of FTP or SFTP server, any webhook service you are using it, email, Zapier, and the biggest platform is REST API. If you have any APIs, you can just give the API and the API will be called to that and the data will be dumped right away. And then it can be dumped to your different databases, whatever you are using it. Not only that, the same kind of data import rule also, let's suppose an application requires your own information to be fetched from your server, from your backend server. So these can be catered through the import rule, where you can data fetch from Google Sheets, CSV, Excel, REST API, Mobi control. So, now see why we have catered assist and Mobi control here. Now with the help of SOTI Snap, let's suppose just recall the initial demo of my call where I have showcased you SOTI Assist. Now with the help of the SOTI Snap application, I can create a SOTI Assist application on that, where Sushobhan can create a ticket and the ticket will be automatically integrated and go back directly to the SOTI Assist dashboard without even calling the IT guy or IT, any guy. So all these integrations we have mapped with this application. Just to summarize, this will not give you a plain form based or a data collection application. It will give you more rich application to business applications, precisely business applications where companies are spending hell lot of money to build a basic application just to capture a data. So that's it, guys, from my end for a nutshell demo of SOTI Snap. If you have any questions, any queries, I think you
So
can.
just to summarize, Suman, yeah, so I think we are 4 minutes over on the call. And,
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. And so everyone, we have 3 products which we have not covered. Anyone who is interested to know about how BI is talking about mobility, how are we talking about IoT, you can request Shobhan and we can run another program for the other 3 product line for you, where we will talk in depth about those product lines. Anyone interested to know more about SOTI Snap or any other product line, please feel free to talk to Sushobhan ji and get back to us, and we will be more than happy to share the answers as well as showcase the product capability to you guys. Over to Sushobhan ji.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vivek, and thank you, Suman. Audience, thank you very much for your patience hearing for last 2 hours. So this is ending our this week's seminar series, but that end. So stay tuned over our mails. Next week also we have many programs aligned. We'll let you know shortly. So
Okay, so Sushobhan ji, I just
yeah.
want to start 3 messages. Mr. Amar Pusti is interested to know, I think, more. Mr. Abhijit want to know more about SOTI IoT platform, and they also okay, I don't know, administrator to everyone. Please do send the details along with another session
Yeah,
for
apart
other
from
product
that,
lines.
Mr. Kuldeep and Mr. I think Kaushik, they are also interested to understand lot many things. So we have noted it.
Right. So you can
Touch
choose.
base with
Yeah.
them
So you
and
can
give them
choose
more
those.
details.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Then, guys, thank you very much
Yeah.
and
Thank
have
you
a
very
safe
much.
time and a
Have a
safe
weekend. Safe
and a great
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.